I'm Lucas, 26 years old, and I can still feel the sting of that snowy Wisconsin evening when I realized my ex, Chloe, wasn't just breaking my heart, she was keeping my PS5. The one thing I poured my savings into. Picture a small-town apartment, the kind with frosted windows and a radiator that clanks like it's got a grudge, the street outside glowing under streetlights and fresh snow. I stood there staring at the empty spot on my TV stand where my console used to be, my phone buzzing with Chloe's last text. We're done. Good luck. I wasn't thinking about revenge that night, not yet, but what she did, taking my PS5 and thinking she'd get away with it, lit a fire in me. This is my story of betrayal, anger, and how I locked her out of her precious gaming accounts, all without breaking a single law. Chloe and I met 2 years ago at a local game store in our town of River Falls. I was there picking up a pre-order for God of War. My hoodie still damp from a spring rain when she bumped into me at the counter, holding a copy of The Last of Us. She was 25, with short black hair and a grin that made me forget my lines. We bonded over our love for gaming, late-night co-op sessions, arguing over who'd get the next trophy. She was a streamer, small-time but growing, always playing Apex Legends or Fortnite on her Twitch channel, Chloe Chaos. I thought we were a team, sharing my PS5 at my place, building a life in that cramped apartment with its creaky floors and mismatched mugs. We moved in together last winter, after a year of dating. I'd saved up for months to buy that PS5, $500 from late shifts at the hardware store where I work. It was my pride, my escape, hours spent on Elden Ring or FIFA after a long day. Chloe loved it too, using it for her streams, her followers cheering as she racked up kills. I didn't mind. I loved watching her light up, her headset on, trash-talking opponents. We'd stay up late, pizza boxes on the coffee table, planning how her channel would take off. I even helped her set up her accounts, PlayStation Network, Twitch, Discord, using my email as a backup because she kept forgetting her passwords. "You're my tech guy, Lucas," she'd say, kissing my cheek. I thought we were building something real, but by last summer, things changed. Chloe got obsessed with her streaming, spending hours chatting with her mods online, guys who'd send her donations and flirty messages. I'd come home from work, the apartment smelling like her energy drinks, and find her glued to her laptop, barely looking up. She started snapping at me, saying I was clingy when I asked to hang out. I noticed her phone lighting up with notifications from some guy, Tyler Gaming, a fan who sent her heart emojis. I asked about him once, and she rolled her eyes. "Just a supporter, Lucas. Don't be paranoid." But I saw her smile at his messages, a smile she used to save for me. It was November when it all fell apart. I came home after a double shift, snow piling up outside, the apartment dark except for the glow of her monitor. She was packing a bag, her headset tossed on the couch. "I'm done," she said, not even looking at me. "I need space." I stood there stunned as she grabbed her stuff and my PS5, yanking its cables from the TV. "That's mine," I said, my voice shaking. She laughed, cold and sharp. "Consider it payment for putting up with you." She walked out, the door slamming, leaving me in the quiet, the snow falling silently outside. I checked my phone, her last text, "Good luck," sent an hour ago. She'd blocked me on everything, Instagram, Discord, even Twitch. I didn't sleep that night. I sat on my couch, the radiator clanking, staring at the empty TV stand. That PS5 wasn't just a console, it was months of overtime, my late-night escapes, my connection to a world where I felt in control. Chloe knew that, and she took it anyway. The hurt turned to anger, a slow burn in my chest. I wasn't going to let her walk away with it, not without a fight. I tried texting her, calling, but nothing. I even went to her new place, a friend's apartment across town, but she wouldn't answer the door. That's when I remembered. Her gaming accounts, the ones I'd set up with my email as the backup. She was still streaming, probably using my PS5, building her Chloe Chaos brand on my dime. I didn't act right away. I needed a plan, something legal, something that had hit her where it hurt, her streaming career. I called my buddy Nate, a tech guy who worked at a local repair shop. Over beers at the bar, the neon signs buzzing, I told him everything. "Can I lock her out of her accounts?" I asked, my voice low. He nodded, sipping his drink. "If your email's the backup, you can reset the passwords." "It's your account, technically." He showed me how to access the recovery options for PlayStation Network and Twitch. I went home, the snow crunching under my boots, and opened my laptop. The apartment was cold, the radiator struggling, but I felt a spark of control. Chloe thought she could take my PS5 and ghost me? I was about to show her what happens when you cross someone who knows your passwords. I didn't change anything that night. I sat there, the laptop's glow lighting my face, and checked her Twitch channel. She was live, playing Apex on my PS5, laughing with her chat. My email was still linked to her accounts, PlayStation, Twitch, even her Discord server where she hyped her streams. I could reset everything, lock her out, and make her Chloe Chaos persona vanish. But I wanted it to sting, to hit her midstream when her fans were watching. I started drafting a plan, my hand steady despite the anger. I'd lock her out legally, using my own access, and let her audience see her fall. I went to bed, the snow still falling, and for the first time since she left, I felt like I was taking my life back. I woke up that snowy Wisconsin morning with my pulse racing, the kind of nervous energy that makes your fingers tingle. The radiator in my River Falls apartment clanked, fighting the cold, while outside, the streets were blanketed in fresh snow, glowing under the dawn's pale light. I grabbed my laptop, the screen's glow cutting through the dim room, and checked Chloe's Twitch channel. She was scheduled to stream Apex Legends at 7 p.m., probably on my PS5, her Chloe Chaos fans hyping her up. I'd planned to lock her out of her accounts, PlayStation, Twitch, Discord, using my email as the backup right in the middle of her stream. I wasn't breaking any laws, just taking back what was mine. This was my story, and I was about to make sure Chloe felt the weight of her betrayal in front of her precious audience. I spent the day preparing, my apartment quiet except for the radiator's hum. I logged into my email, confirming I still had access to Chloe's accounts. PlayStation Network let me reset her password with a single click since my email was the recovery option. Same with Twitch and Discord. Nate, my tech buddy, came over at noon, his boots tracking snow onto my rug. We sat at my kitchen table, the smell of coffee filling the air, and he walked me through it. "Change the passwords midstream," he said, grinning. "Her fans will see it crash. It'll hit her where it hurts, her ego." I nodded, my hand steady now, and tested the reset process, saving the new passwords in a note. I also drafted a message to post on her Discord server after the lockout. "Chloe Chaos took my PS5. This is what happens when you steal. Short, true, and legal." By evening, the snow had stopped, leaving the town hushed, the streetlights casting long shadows. I sat on my couch, laptop open, watching Chloe's stream start. She was in her friend's apartment, my PS5 hooked up to her setup, her headset on, laughing with her chat. "Big night, Chaos Crew," she said, her voice all fake cheer. My stomach twisted. She was using my console, my hard-earned money, to build her brand while I sat here, erased from her life. At 7:15 p.m., with her stream peaking at 200 viewers, I reset the PlayStation Network password. Her game froze mid-match, the screen flashing a login error. Chloe's smile faltered, her voice tight. Guys, technical difficulties." I reset her Twitch password next, and her stream cut off, the chat exploding with confusion. "Where'd she go?" "Glitch?" I posted the Discord message, my heart pounding, then sat back, the radiator clanking like applause. The fallout was instant. Her fans flooded Discord, some laughing, others angry, posting screenshots of my message. "She stole his PS5? For real?" one wrote. Another shared the stream's crash, turning it into a meme. "Chloe Chaos gets owned." I refreshed her Twitch page. Her channel was offline, her followers dropping as the news spread. River Falls was small and word got around fast. By 9 p.m., my phone buzzed with texts from friends. "Lucas, was that you?"
"Dude, she's freaking out."
I didn't respond, just watched the chaos unfold, the snow outside reflecting the streetlights' glow. The hurt from Chloe's ghosting, her theft, was still there, but this felt like justice, sharp, clean, and mine. Chloe called me an hour later, her voice shaking with rage. "Lucas, you hacked me?" she shouted, probably from her friend's place where my PS5 sat. I kept calm, leaning back on my couch. "I didn't hack anything, Chloe. Those accounts were linked to my email. You took my PS5, $500 I worked months for. This is consequences," she cursed, tried to guilt me. "You're ruining my career." I laughed, cold and steady. "You ruined us when you walked out with my console." I hung up, my hands trembling but my mind clear. I'd hit her where it hurt, her streaming persona, her Chloe Chaos brand. The next day I walked to the coffee shop down the street, the air biting, snow crunching under my boots. The barista, a gamer I knew, gave me a fist bump. Heard about Chloe's stream crash. Epic, man. I smiled, stirring my coffee, the steam rising in the morning light. The town was buzzing. People at the hardware store, the diner, even my neighbor's kid talking about Chloe Chaos getting locked out. Her Twitch followers dropped by a third. Her Discord server turned into a mess of memes and arguments. I heard she tried to start a new channel, but her rep was shot. Nobody trusted a streamer who'd steal from her boyfriend. I didn't stop at the accounts. I wanted my PS5 back. I called Nate, who knew a lawyer friend, Sarah, who worked pro bono for small claims. Over beers at the bar, neon signs flickering, I showed her my receipt for the PS5, texts from Chloe admitting she took it, and screenshots of her streaming with it. "You've got a case," Sarah said. "File a police report for theft and we'll send a demand letter." I did, and a week later, Chloe's friend dropped the PS5 at my apartment. No note, just the console in its box. I plugged it in, the familiar hum filling my apartment, and loaded Elden Ring. The snow was falling again, soft and quiet, and I felt whole for the first time in weeks. Chloe tried to save face, posting a vague apology on Instagram about mistakes and moving on. Nobody bought it. Her mods, including that Tyler guy, ditched her, and her channel stayed dead. I heard she moved to Milwaukee, chasing a new streaming gig, but River Falls didn't forget. I didn't gloat, but I didn't feel bad either. She'd taken my PS5, my trust, and thought she could keep playing the victim. I'm 26 now, still in my creaky apartment, still working at the hardware store, still gaming on my PS5. I'm not proud of tanking Chloe's stream, but I don't regret it. She thought she could ghost me, steal from me, and build her life on my loss. I showed her actions have consequences, and I did it my way, legal, steady, and sharp. If someone betrays you, don't let them walk away clean. Fight back with the truth, smart and calm. Share your story in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.